Good morning. Well, today is Tuesday, and Tuesday is the day that we're going to do a little bit of nature language arts. And so I like to read to you from a story that's kind of a classic here. I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit. And you can see in the background here, I've got Tilly. So Tilly is enjoying breakfast, and you might see, oh my gosh, over here. Let me turn the camera over this way, and you'll be able to see, oh, right there, that's Poppy. Poppy is a giant Flemish rabbit, just kind of chilling out in here today with me. But yesterday we talked a little bit about doing nature notebooks, and it's garbage day, by the way, and I've got the windows open because it's really hot in this room because of all the reptiles. So we're gonna have to deal with a little bit of noise today. So we're talking a little bit about the nature notebooks and going outside. One of the other tools that I wanted to show you, we talked a little bit about field guides. I've always loved field guides, and I love antique ones. This is one that I have that we found in my father-in-law's fishing cabin that he had, and it was this bird guide, and I said, oh, can I have it please? And he said yes. It was published in 1906. So I love things like that. But then in a more modern, there is something that you can get for your phone or for your iPad. And here's the icon. Whoops, right there. Everything's backwards to me. The iBird Pro. Okay, an iBird Pro, you can put that on the phone. It looks, whoops, I went to the main screen here. Let me turn around here. Okay, and I can type in a bird. Let's say I wanted to do the American robin, because did you know that there's a European robin? It doesn't look anything at all like our robin, but I know I have some international visitors, and so if you're from Europe, your robin looks totally different from ours. Ours is much bigger and looks more like a thrush. It's a type of thrush. So I'm going to type in American robin, and it comes up right there. And here's the cool thing is it's going to tell me, it's going to show me drawings of it, but it's also going to show me some photographs if I want to. But my favorite part of it is the sounds, because then you can start to learn some of the bird sounds. So if you even just do like one in a day, you know, you can say, what does a chickadee sound like? And you can listen to a chickadee, and then when you go out for your walks, maybe you listen and you go, ah, I hear one, or you hear a downy woodpecker or a robin or a cardinal, all kinds of it. You can learn one at a time. So I just push that little button there. And so it's really a fun little learning tool that you can get. And I know there is a charge for this one, but I am not sure. In the background right now, I can hear a woodpecker drumming. And some people go, is that woodpecker silly because it's, you know, it's drumming on something that's metal? Well, you know, they'll actually do that because it makes it louder, and other woodpeckers in the area can go, oh, that's their territory, or this is my territory. So they will do that, but I can hear a woodpecker drumming out there right now, which is kind of fun. So today's story, though, is, remember on Tuesdays, I'm going to try to do some Kipling, and this one is How the Camel Got His Hump. Now, though this is also being retold by somebody, so they changed the language to make it a little bit more modern for today's people, because I know in the traditional Kipling, he refers to the reader as "O best beloved," and they changed it to reader in here. So we are going to read that. So Rudyard Kipling's, it's from this Just So Stories, and I think I told you last week that it's called Just So Stories because he originally started doing these, making these stories up for his little daughter that was about 6 years old, and she informed him that he had to tell the stories just so if he got it wrong, she would correct him. She knew how the story was going before he did. So How the Camel Got His Hump. Okay, here we go. Long ago, in the days when the world had just begun, Camel didn't have a hump on his back as he does today. Instead, he looked like this. This is the story, dearest reader, of how the camel came to have a hump. When the world was so new and all, there was lots of work to do. People were always busy hammering and chopping and fetching and carrying. Horse, dog, and ox helped. But Camel was as lazy as the day was long. Oh, the bunny is scratching at the door. Come here, Poppy. He didn't work. He just stood around, chomping on leaves and enjoying the sunshine. Not only that, but he was grumpy too. Please, can you help? Whoops, hang on a second. Let me get the bunny here. Come here. Come over this way. The bunny found the little thing on the door that stops it from hitting things. Hang on a second. Oh, here we go. Interruptions. Bunny say, put me down, put me down. Move this over here. There we go. You know those little things on the door? Kids love them. Looks like bunnies love them too. But Camel was as lazy as the day was long. He didn't work. He just stood around chomping on leaves and enjoying the sunshine. And not only that, but he was grumpy too. Please, can you help me fetch sticks? Dog asked Camel. Hump, Camel snorted rudely and carried right on eating. Please, can you help me bring branches? Asked the horse. Hump, Camel snorted again. Then he stood there with his nose in the air until Horse gave up and trudged away. Please, will you help me pull this heavy cart? Asked Ox. It would be easier with two of us. Camel shook his head and Hump was his only reply. The animals went to complain to man. It's not fair, they moaned. Camel won't help. Man shrugged. If Camel won't help, you three will just have to work harder. The animals looked at Camel lazing around doing nothing. They felt really, really cross. Just then, a desert storm blew up. Out of the whirling, swirling sand came a magic genie. The animals rushed up to him, hoping he could help. Camel does nothing but eat and sleep, while we do all the work, they told him. We wish he had changed. Your wish is my command, said the genie. So the genie went to find Camel. What's all this I hear about you not working? He asked. Can you guess what Camel replied? Hump. The others have to work harder because you're so lazy, the genie added. Hump, said Camel again. Don't say that too often or you might regret it, the genie warned. This is your last chance, Camel. Will you do some work? Hump, said Camel and carried on munching. The genie waved his arms. There was a zap, a whoosh, a flash, and a big hairy hump sprouted on Camel's back. What's that? He gasped. Your hump. How can that thing help me? Asked Camel. The genie laughed. Your hump stores food so you won't have to eat so often. You can catch up on your work while everyone else stops for lunch. Ever since that day, Camel has worked hard. He still has a hump on his back, although nowadays people call it a hump so as to not hurt his feelings. But he is as grumpy and as bad-mannered as ever. Hump. So that is How the Camel Got His Hump by Rudyard Kipling. And let me get the, oh, we got little bunny is causing so much trouble today. So, I don't know. What do you think? I've got a rabbit and I've got a tortoise. Maybe we should one day read Aesop's Fables on the tortoise and the hare, and then maybe we can have a little race and we'll see who really wins that one. What do you think about that? So that was today, and I hope you guys can get outside, maybe try to learn a bird song or two, and look around your yard, see what you can find. Remember, try to flip things over, flip over some rocks or some logs or some leaves, and see if you can find anything underneath. Because nature is starting to wake up. It's kind of funny. There's a way to read nature, and there's little sayings like, when certain things are blooming, then you know that the ground is warm enough that you can start planting things. My father-in-law used to be a big fish person. He loved to go out and fish, and he would always say, when the magnolias are blooming, the crappies are running. So that would be a type of fish. So he would look to see when a certain tree, the magnolia tree, was blooming, and he knew that that would be a good time to go fishing for that particular type of fish. So also at this time of year with the daffodils and everything, we know that it's going to be ready. I can start planting my sweet peas. So I may go out and do some of that today. So I want you guys to stay nice and healthy and well, but go outside and take a look and see if you can start reading nature. Okay? Love you guys. See ya. Bye-bye. Oops, go over this way here.